Hey everyone, and welcome to the Weed and Wrestling Live panel. Tonight we're sans Ryan. He might show up, but we're going to talk about Night of Champions since that's brand new. It's on everybody's mind. So, what do you guys? I'm not going to start off. I'll let you guys start off. How do you guys feel about it?
It was okay. I liked it. It was decent. I think it was predictable once again about Cena winning. Like I think we've been talking about that for the past few weeks. That he was going to win. It's just these matches is coming predictable at the minute. Um, I'm gonna see what I'm kind of anxious to see what's going to happen in SummerSlam. You know, you know, I, I I think Cena's going to drop the title at SummerSlam. I think that's going to happen. I know I've been saying he's supposed to hold the title until I see you making that. I see y'all both making them faces, but I'm gonna go on the podcast and say tonight. Uh, I think Cena's dropping the belt at SummerSlam. I really do think he is. And my bold prediction, I could be wrong. I got this straight gut feeling that Cody Rhodes is turning heel at SummerSlam. That's my bold prediction. I think that's going to happen.
I actually made that face because I was shocked because I thought the exact same thing.
Oh,
I was really shocked. I was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, I think they're dropping at SummerSlam. I think they're gonna make a big to do about it, and I don't know, but definitely I see Cody Rhodes turning heel. I'm surprised he didn't in Riyadh, but you know, totally agree. That's my face, my shock, plus my purse a little bit inside.
and
I'm gonna take the flip side of this and go on the other side. I'm gonna say that Cody's not winning it at SummerSlam. Um, I don't think he's gonna turn heel. Here's why. Um, just recently, I don't know if you guys have been watching your streams, but it's been announced that he's in talks of playing Guile in the new Street Fighter movie that is set to start filming in the near future because their release date is next year. So it makes no sense for him to win a title at SummerSlam and then he's going off to film at some other country for God knows how many months. It makes no sense for him to turn heel. It's like it's like you going to cook a steak and expect it to be cooked in like 1 minute. You know what I mean? It's not happening. You got to give that time to simmer to set in. So I don't see Cody winning. I don't see him turning heel. And on top of that, didn't they want him to turn heel, and that's why John Cena's doing the whole heel thing? So why
I
do
think
it now?
I think he's going to have a change of heart. I think it's going to change hard. And if you look at social media, I mean, listen, you gotta be a real jerk to be against Cody Rhodes or what he went against. But a lot of people's not happy. They feel like they keep on pushing him to the top, pushing him to the top. Like they you know they're trying to make it seem like he's the modern day Super Cena, which is not true at all. I mean, I think he paid the way to get where he's at, but I just got this gut feeling. He may turn heel and win the title. Again, if Cena does not drop the title, um, if he does not drop the title, I mean he's going to retire as the champ. And here's another thing though too, and I'm just going to excuse what I'm about to say. Everybody knows Cena is the peacemaker, right? So I think it's a big movie that's dropping in a few weeks. It's Superman, and it's rumors speculating saying that if Superman doesn't make that money back that they so much invested in, they may drop that whole DC Studios again. So we may be seeing Cena more because I think him retiring was contingent on what's going on with DC Studios. That's just my opinion, and that's what people are saying online.
I don't know. There's so many things they can do with the heel turn. They can bring people in, they can bring people back, they can make enemies out of friends for him. There's so many things to do a heel turn that I don't think it matters, how long he keeps the title for actually. It's just the point of him turning heel.
Right.
And so, I don't think they're gonna. Whether him, yeah, it's so funny that Roman Reigns is gonna be in that movie too. But I don't think him playing Guile actually would matter if they did a heel turn. And I think it would progress his character along a road, and obviously needs to go. How many people constantly say, "When's he gonna turn heel?" I know I've been saying it for a few years. So
Yeah, Peacemaker is supposedly a hero, so so let's see what happens.
it makes sense for him
Well,
to leave a hero.
well, the thing is, you have to realize too. Like I said, Cena has said, I'm going to take this for X amount of time and then I'm out." Right? That's the way the storyline is going. He's, that's one thing. But again, Cody, for him to win the title and for him to go heel with that short amount of time for him to win it, and then he has to it has to be a consistent appearance. He's not going to have that time if he's filming a movie.
But when this filming starts,
I think it's starting soon. I mean, if the film has a 2026 release date, and I'm gonna guess summer of 2026, you have he's not gonna be around for a little while because he's gonna be overseas wherever they're gonna be filming. Think about it.
You
A
might not.
movie's not a movie's
Yeah.
not done in a week unless you're doing like the guerrilla style, shooting here and there and doing your movie in a week. Which I only know of one movie that did its filming and I think in under a month, which was Asphalt City. Shout out to EMTs everywhere. Great movie. Who if anybody wants to watch a movie about EMTs. But back to the case. Street Fighter is not one of those movies that you can just take care and film in a month. You got to get the people to the sets. You got to get the fighting choreography down. You got to get a script down. So it's going to take time. So I don't see Cody turning heel anytime soon. Maybe after he comes back from the movie, maybe I see him turning heel, but not right now. I don't see him winning the title. I don't see him turning heel.
Stunt double,
Again,
yeah.
You can all CGI that bitch. It's not the early 90s anymore, We can film him when he's not even on set and make it look totally like he was there. So you never know.
Yeah, well, we saw what happened with Henry Cavill's mustache.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's true. CGI
I mean, but
is
that's what
dangerous.
they do. And they didn't stop it, just gonna make it better. So that was just an unfortunate accident. Or bad choice.
So let's put this aside and let's get on with Night of Champions, because I know for all of us we had our concerns, especially with what's going on the other side of the planet.
Mhm.
We were all talking about the possibility of it being canceled, the possibility of being put into another venue, even here stateside. But it went off without a hitch. They kept it going.
I mean, yeah, I was shocked slightly, but I'm glad. It was a good show. It could have been a Raw episode.
I gotta address the elephant in the room. Like, SmackDown was a disaster with the streaming issues.
Oh my
I don't know
God.
what the hell was that. That shit kept on buffering, freezing. Then you go on Facebook. They were learning who won the match. It was a fucking joke.
I literally turned it off. It was just like, I'm not even. It was horrendous. I don't know. Somebody should have reset it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, the only thing I got to watch from SmackDown was that video clip that everybody was like, "Oh my God, your Zelina's Cuchi Fritos showing." Like, guys, come on now.
I didn't get to see that. It was all one big blur.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find along. Some pervert online has posted it at some point.
I'm sure they did. I'm sure it'll come across my timeline. I'm in enough wrestling groups.
Yeah. But no, I didn't catch SmackDown. You know what? I'll be honest. I haven't really caught SmackDown in a while. Just the streaming has been like bad around my area. But Yeah, but not. You know what? Night of Champions. I like from the opening match. What got me was the crowd,
Yeah.
like how involved they were. I honestly felt like I was watching like I was sitting in the middle of a soccer stadium as two soccer teams are being chanted by their fans. It was just that crazy. I've never seen an audience like that.
Yeah, they were definitely hyped. They definitely were involved before anything happened. I love when a good crowd is like that. That just makes me feel more like hype. Also, let's just like you said, like I want to get into this too. Woo, we're here. Woo, let's go. You know. So and like I say it all the time. Whenever they go to different countries, why are they more hyped than America? Like I don't understand how that happens. We're like, yay, and everyone's like, ah, and that's what annoys
Yeah,
me.
but Saudi Arabia will pay money to them ain't shit. We all know that. So they will overpay for they would just overpay for anything. You know what I'm saying? Look at the whole thing with Live Golf. You know, they was offering some golfers 500 million just to play. You know, so I think they offered Tiger Woods $1 billion just to jump ship. So money to them ain't shit.
Well, I mean, over there, overseas, you freaking you as a woman, you wear high heels, you strike as the moment you take a step, you strike oil. Over here, you take a step, you got a bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's a different place, definitely a different place, different mindset, and all that.
So, all right, so let's go with the first match, which was the King of the Ring, which was Cody and the Viper, Randy Orton. What did you guys think?
I was shocked they started with this match.
Yeah, that probably to me that probably should have been like the second to last match. Two former world champions, but to start off
Yeah,
with that once again that's a travesty. Just once again, I don't know who picks who goes when, but I'm thinking it's Hunter. But again, I don't know what was his thought process to have that match open up the show. So
yeah, it made absolutely no sense to me. I was just like, this could have been so. Yeah, tell the story with the show and then showcase the ones because people were obviously waiting for that. You know, I was. I know other
Well,
people.
Well, for me, I get what you guys are saying, and I do agree that it should have been higher up on the card. But being that, and I'm going to share something about myself. Years ago, before I got into medicine, I used to be part of a wrestling promotion in Yonkers. I don't know, Lanaya, or you guys, either of you guys might have gone to any of our shows, but you want a match to set the pace. The very first match, as low as it is on the card, is one of the most important matches you can have on a card because that sets the pace of your show. If you have a horrible match at the beginning, that sets the tempo, that sets the pace of your show. And sometimes, unless you have banger matches after that, it can really ruin a show. So I get on the one hand why they put that match as an opener, but I do agree that that match should have been higher on the card. And I'm not going to say that they should have been next to last because I don't think I mean maybe Saudi Arabia they would have had the energy, but I know here the crowd would not have been into that last match with John Cena and CM Punk as much.
Mm, I think people are as into that match as they were gonna be, regardless. So the John Cena CM Punk one, I just think that that's as much as they were gonna be into that, no matter what. But yeah, we don't have Ryan talking about the actual moves, but there was some stunning RKO's there that I really liked that I wrote down. I wanted to highlight talking about.
Yeah, there were some definitely good moments in that match. Like I said, I think it was a great opener. It definitely set the pace of the whole event. I mean, you had the audience that was just at the top of Like they were on the edge of their seats the entire time. You had a lot of back and forth between Cody and Randy, and like I thought it was a great match. Like honestly, like it was definitely one of the better matches of the night.
Yeah, no, definitely one of the better matches of the night. You say that.
Yeah, they work good together, Cody and Randy. I like they got good chemistry.
They definitely do, and you wouldn't expect it, but they definitely have made the chemistry. Every time they meet, it's a solid performance.
Well, I think that also comes from Randy helping to train Cody. That's kind of like Batman fighting Robin.
Right.
Yeah. Like, I'm just thinking about the analogy. I have no comment.
Well, I mean, you could say which Robin are we talking about?
Yeah, I was thinking. I was like, Nightwing. It would be Nightwing, right?
No, I was thinking more like Damian Wayne because they have a little more personal beef between them.
Who?
Damian Wayne.
We're talking
Damian
about
Wayne.
Batman. We're talking about
Oh, bro,
Batman.
tell me you're not into you. You don't know who Damian Wayne is. Damian Wayne is the love child of Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul.
Yes, it's
I
actual.
didn't
I
even know
think
he had. Wow, that's news to me. I didn't know he had a son.
Yeah, he had a son. I forget the whole backstory, but if you want, there is a DC animated movie that'll catch you up on it. It's Son of Batman.
Because I know he adopted Dick Grayson. I know that. I think
he
everybody
adopted
knows
like
that.
4 kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, well, with Damian Wayne, if I recall correctly, just to give you a little backstory, with Damian Wayne, he did the dirt with Talia. Talia kept it secret for a number of years, and he actually trained in the League of Assassins. So he's a badass fighter, bro. He like ruthless, like he would kill no problem. Like he had beef with Deathstroke and all of them. His grandfather, obviously, Ra's al Ghul, so he has access to that whole ninja clan. So I think in the midst of it, there was some shit that went down where Deathstroke, and you'll see this in the movie, Deathstroke takes over or the League of Assassins, and Tyler's like, listen, I need you to babysit your son. I'm out on a mission of vengeance. This dude just took my whole livelihood. I'm about to beat his ass. Take care of him. And you can see there's some beef in there. Like Damien is a complete asshole.
Oh, he
Right.
hates him for a very long time.
Mm-hmm. Like Bruce would be like, "Yo, no killing," and Damien would be like, "Why? If we kill him, we don't have to worry about him anymore. He's done."
He didn't like the Bat
So
code. He raged against it a lot.
yeah, so he butted heads with Bruce a lot.
All right, so we got off topic like a motherfucker, but
That's what happens when I do my analogies.
don't worry, I understand. But let's go back to Orton and Cody. That is kind of like how they are. They also grew up during that time and they were close no matter what. So it's always good to see just those people from that time. I talk about all the time, like Seth Rollins, all of them. Because they literally learned everything together. Dusty Rhodes, helped introduce a lot of those people to the sport and stuff like that. It's just good to see them stay connected in any way, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's dope.
Word. And it was a great match. If I had to rate it, I would definitely give it a 7.5. I'm really tough on ratings.
You know what my favorite Batman movie is? The animated was actually Under the Red Hood.
That's a really good one.
Yeah,
That is a dope one.
Yeah. Master of the Phantasm was good, but Under the Red Hood that's that shit right there, man.
Yeah, that was probably one of the realest movies, especially that end where where Bruce is actually confronted by by Red Hood. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was definitely a great. But like I said, check out Son of Batman and Batman versus Robin.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. I still haven't seen The Killing Joke yet. I need to go see that. It's on
Bro,
Netflix.
where have you been?
Right?
I'm
Like,
not really.
what?
No, I'm not. I'm not really into DC like that, bro. Like
I'm not either, but that's a classic comic turned to
No,
life.
I tell you
Not
this.
only that,
The only DC thing I will stand by is the first Batman cartoon, the animated series where it used to be on Fox. That's the only thing DC I'm with. That's it.
I
I'm
will
not
say
really.
this. Listen, I will say this. In comparison, I'm a Marvel guy. I love the whole live action movies. They've had some really great cartoons, but DC, the animated movies
Oh
are
yeah.
on lock.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They're boss. They definitely are.
To me, my personal opinion, Batman animated series, you can go hands down. That is probably the greatest cartoon series ever made. You can go hands down and say
It's
that.
so classic to us now.
Greatest animated series ever made, hands down. You can make an argument.
No, I agree with you 100%, bro. 100%. The
Yeah.
animated series, it's legendary. Like
Yeah.
what I love about it is, and I can't believe we're going off tandem here, but what I love about it is that if you look at it, most of the villains that are on that show have something psychologically wrong with them. Like they almost make you feel sorry for them.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's the thing about Batman villains, though. You know, they all have a backstory where you can kind of see their side-ish, you know?
Yeah, like Mr. Freeze, dude, I like as a kid, I didn't understand it, but I look back at it as an adult, I'm like, yo, he had a fucked up card to play with, man. Like, he lost his wife. He can no longer live in normal temperatures. He has to wear a suit. And if you look at the later shows, and I hope I'm not spoiling it for anybody, like his body it degenerates. Like literally, he loses his body. There's an episode where all he is a head inside a glass thing that's walking around like Spider, and he's hooked up to the suit. He no longer has a body.
Right.
They had that in the comics, though. It's really cool that they brought that to the cartoon.
And they're supposed to be coming out with Clayface too.
They got to do it right for me.
A whole bunch of animations. Like if you watch the Harley Quinn series, Clayface is one of the main characters.
No. They're supposed to have just a rated R Clayface like animated series.
They gotta do it. Movie. They got to do it right for me though, because Clayface is definitely one of my favorite characters, especially the way that Ron Perlman played him. Mm-hmm. Holy crap, dude! The way that character was in the animated series, in the OG animated series, dude, flawless. Like I loved Ron Perlman in that.
Right.
Ron Perlman is great in everything he does, though. Like
even in that Beauty and the Beast series that he did way back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm. Like he's under the subway. I love that series too.
That was a little questionable for me, but it wasn't bad.
I mean, it was the 90s. 90s in general were questionable. I mean,
all right. So
back
should we go to the next match?
Yes, we should.
Or you know what? Should we not each send a shout out to our sponsors? Let's take the time to do that since we're talking about Batman and animated movies and whatnot.
Awesome. So we have the energy for the Weed and Wrestling podcast because of our sponsor, W Energy. They're amazing, great, not made with sugar, so it helps people that are diabetic. And they're inexpensive compared to other ones. You can mix them yourself, so you create your own flavors, and that is great. They're wdubby.gg, and we'll be posting our code so you can use it to get money off because money off is awesome. Definitely check out wdubby.gg.
Thanks, Dubby. Appreciate you guys. So, which was the next match that we wanted to talk about on Night of Champions?
Street match, street fight. That's the next one, right?
Which one?
The street fight, Rhea Ripley street fight would be the next one.
Yes. Yes. So can I address the elephant in this room?
Sure.
And I know you guys seen the meme, but could they not have maybe like talk backstage and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna wear all black today," because they literally look like they were like identical twins.
Yeah, I don't know who let that happen. I was just like, that's tacky.
Yeah.
Awkward silence.
I mean, because none of us really want to say creative ain't that goddamn creative for WWE, and I don't know why, but it seems like they get worse all the time. But I really think they need to hire somebody new. Maybe maybe a Star Search type thing to find a creative of the creatives that can actually be creative for the WWE. It's suggesting.
Creative. Well, that's your boy Hunter.
Who's Boy Hunter?
That's your
No,
boy.
listen. The one thing I will say is, being that they were in Saudi Arabia, they did have to consider the the cultural impact. So women are allowed to show skin. Women, I mean, for them to be wearing that skin tight, those skin tight outfits, that's far and beyond in that section of the world.
They just have
Right.
to cover up their body. They can wear skin tight outfits. Unless you're Muslims, you're practicing a different religion, then wear hijab or hijab. That's totally different. But you just have to cover parts of your body. It didn't have to be the same color. There's no color rules. Like, so no matter what,
Yeah, Vince would have loved some shit like that.
Say what?
No, Vince would have loved that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Vince.
But so enough about the fashion show. What did we think about the match?
I wanted to be more impressed than I actually was by it. It was all right. I think all of it could have been a Raw episode in general.
Okay.
But exceptionally, there was nothing really big about this match that made it stand out to me. It just seemed like another match that they would have held at any show that was viewed on TV.
Right.
Agreed.
Agreed. It was a decent match.
Yeah, that's all it was. It was what it was,
Like I said, I just think with this whole Night of Champions, I think they should just have more titles on the line.
It's supposed to be a Night of Champions.
Yeah, it's exactly.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is too, we've throughout the years have seen hardcore matches and street fights or whatever you want to call them.
Right.
And that's another thing. We need to stop.
Yeah. So okay, so you want to have a street fight as a featured match? Okay, no problem. I got you. But give us something to add to that. It's just like you said, you could have held out on this for like a Monday Night Raw. You could have held it for a SmackDown, whatever. But I think you know what? As much as I love Rhea, because I'm not really a fan of what's her name. Why can't I think of her name? Yeah, I'm not too much of a fan of Raquel. But like as much as I love like Rhea and what she's done up to this point, this didn't do anything for either of them. This was just okay. We got a hardcore match on the card. Okay, they can put this on their resume. That's it. That's nothing. There was nothing. Like they should have put a title above the rafters and say, okay, you know what? You're gonna go for that title. Whoever wins wins, and make it a true Night of Champions street fight.
Yeah. They could have done a lot more with it, and they just, yeah. And it really, you really want to see, like, as a wrestling fan, like, even if you expect nothing, you want to see something awesome every time. And this, you got to deliver at some point. It just didn't deliver. I mean, it was a good match. It wasn't a bad match. It wasn't a hardcore match. But I mean, we have that.
So okay, so ultimately we all agree that this match we could have done without it. Like it was fun to watch. It was fun to have it on the card, but it's something that we all could have just said, yeah, you know what? This looks more like a bathroom segment at SmackDown that I'm gonna go, take care of business and come back.
Right.
Yeah, it definitely didn't deliver in any way where I wanted to. So yeah, if I had to rate it, with me and Ryan do ratings, I give it 5 because it's right in the middle. Like it could have gone so much worse. It could have been so much better.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I agree with that score. 5.
Sorry, Rhea, I'm not gonna give a score, but yeah, I've seen you do a lot better.
Word. The next match actually it didn't fully disappoint, and that's Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross. What do you guys think about it?
Well, you want to take this one first?
No, go ahead. You take it first.
All right. So with Sammy, I know I'm gonna probably get some heat from whoever's watching this. Maybe from the 5 people that are watching this right now, but I've never really been a Sami Zayn fan when he came into WWE. I liked him better at when he was playing as El Generico. Like I feel like he had a lot more fun. He was a lot more fun to watch. It's just something about his character that bothers me. Like he's just, and maybe it's part of where he's at, where he's just like stuck in the middle. He's not really like it's a combination of him not pushing and him not getting that push for title shots or more higher caliber matches. Karrion Kross is to me he's an amazing guy. He's an amazing performer. I like the fact that he's playing like an evil Jiminy Cricket with regards to Sammy. And I definitely want to see more of that character come out. I think that's an aspect that has not been seen in quite a while. To have that little devil on your shoulder, like speaking things into your ear and trying to get you to do the bad things. And I think that's what Karrion Kross is trying to get across with Sammy. Oh wait! Who do we have coming in?
Who is that?
Got Lash.
All I see is like
He's still asleep.
I
don't see nothing.
I see what looks like two white wings or 2 Venom eyes or whatever it is.
I don't know what that is.
A blanket on a chair to me.
Is that Ryan?
It's supposed to be Ryan.
Now Ryan's having technical difficulties.
And he made this. See? Ain't my fault. Anyway, I took him out so he can give me, the sign when he's in, because I think he's got up for a second.
Okay. So, yeah, I like Karrion Kross. I think he's a great performer. I think the whole, I'm an evil angel on your shoulder just talking shit to you. Like, he's what the demon was in The Exorcist to Linda Blair.
I love his character. I love that he's antagonistic. I love, evil Jimmy Cricket. I really don't say I love Jimmy Cricket, but I love the way they place him everywhere just to talk about everything,
Oh, hey!
Hello.
Welcome to the show, bro. How you feeling?
Oh, I fell asleep in my chair watching TV.
Oh,
and, yeah. It's been a long day. I've been up since like 5 a.m. I usually am anyways, but I'm doing okay.
All right, well, just to catch you up, bro. We were about to send a search party for you. We thought, you got kidnapped by Hogan. But now we decided to hold off on the whole Sting report.
Woo!
and we're talking about the Night of Champions. So far, we've gotten. We talked about the opening match. We talked about with Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. We talked about the street fight between Rhea and Raquel, and now we are on Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn. But if you want to go back to the first match and work your way up and let us know what you
You're
thought,
all
it'd be great.
good. All good. Yeah. Yeah, Night of Champions was a thing.
It could have been a Raw show, right? That's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, well.
Yeah. Yeah. That John Cena CM Punk match.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to
talk
it.
about a snoozer.
Yeah.
I'd fall asleep again. That was on.
Forget lullabies. Forget lullabies. We're gonna put the John Cena CM Punk match on for you.
I am, yeah. But I don't fully disagree. But right now we're talking about the Sami thing. Well, since you basically have the same idea we did, right?
That's the Sami Zayn Karrion Kross match is the one match that because on the day of Night of Champions I didn't start till later on into it. And then that's the one match that so far going back, I watched the first match and then something happens and I've been doing other shit. That's the one match I was looking forward to.
I mean, it was a great match. I think out of all the matches, there is the best one in my opinion, honestly.
Better than the first match?
I mean,
Better than Randy versus.
I liked it because it told more of a story, I feel like.
That match proved that WWE has a problem with finishers right now. Because in that match, I think when I counted it, they delivered each other their finishers on 4 separate occasions. Each of them.
Dude, finishers not been finishers since the 90s. I remember there was a time, like you're saying, where if Hogan dropped a big boot, that was it. I'm sorry, a leg drop, that was it. If Ultimate Warrior gave you a Gorillas Press Slam, that was it. If The Rock gave you the People's Elbow, that was it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, but the way that they ended up doing it, it just ended up stretching out the match to where it I just knew it that it's okay, he did one Cody Cutter, he's gonna do that Avalanche Cody Cutter now.
Yeah.
What's the move? Add one.
I agree though, because that's just yeah. I mean, it's a solid match though, but I don't think it was better with pacing or even storytelling than the Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn.
Yeah, it's not the most awful match, but the how many times they went over the finishers and stuff there. It's just I get it. You guys are friends.
Excuse me if you hear the dogs barking.
I guess friendliness develops tolerance to one's finisher. The friendlier you are.
I guess. Our back in day homies. I did talk about that, so.
Mm-hmm. I like the Randy Orton ripping out a urinal story in South Africa. Have you heard that?
No, I haven't heard that.
When they were in South Africa, they were at the hotel, and Cody comes into the bathroom there at the hotel, and Randy's in there, and he uses the urinal, and then he sees Cody, and he goes, "Hey, Cody, look at this," and he just grips both of the urinals and just pulls it and rips it down off of the wall. And it breaks. And of course, the hotel was pissed about it. They didn't know who did it. And Randy, right when everybody was like asking and stuff, he was the first person to come up and go, guys, gotta quit this shit out. Who did it?
Deny. I mean, but yeah, I'm not shocked. He do a lot of shit like that back in the day, so that's not at all shocking. I believe he did some shit like that.
But that's up there with the fuck on me story. I love Cody's stories. Cody's a good storyteller.
He really is. He definitely learned from his dad.
I was actually just watching Cody tell the story about his first Royal Rumble and how the Undertaker was like, drop kick me.
Yeah.
And he's like he was like, really?
Really, you? What was after?
Well, we're talking about Sami Zayn and Karrion
Yeah,
Kross.
we were talking Sami Zayn, Karrion Kross, and then we got caught on Cody.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Will hasn't given his 2 cents on Sammy and Karrion Kross yet.
I mean, Sammy is just Sammy, man. I mean, I'm not really a fan of him either. But the match was just a basic match. I mean, I wasn't really excited or anything like that, to be honest. I mean, that's my opinions. That's my opinion.
I'm just glad that they gave Karrion Kross a match.
Right? He's just not as
About time.
Yeah.
That's called him like evil Jimmy Cricket. So he's just not exactly evil Jimmy Cricket. And we literally talk about Karrion Kross on the podcast every episode. Like he's just in the back talking shit to people. They ain't gonna give him anything to do.
Yo, I'm gonna die laughing if, like, at some point in the near future, there's a T-shirt with Jiminy Cricket's body and Karrion Kross's face.
AI, do it.
Give me an idea for T-shirt. But anyway,
That we put Sami Zayn's face on Pinocchio's body.
I ain't gonna lie, but I like this new Sami Zayn, the storyline with Seth. That's kind of interesting.
It's like you took Kevin Owens away, and all of a sudden Sammy remembers how to wrestle and be a character again.
Right.
yeah.
He like Kevin Owens hinders everything.
All the
He
time.
hinders everything. Even when he's not around, he's crippling shit.
Yeah. I just now started like really getting into Sami Zayn. I actually talk about this a lot. Just like a transition in his character, and that's why I was like, he's okay. I like him a lot more. You know, the change in the character and the more independence and not looking like a lapdog is really good for me. You know.
Yeah. But he was like bloodline member. That made no sense.
I hated that. Like, why is he here? Why is he here?
She was.
Yo, but if he had not joined the Bloodline, we would have never gotten that moment where he's like, he's just not feeling Uzi. And and you know, listen, Roman tried to hold back. We all know. We saw him turn his face and he broke, bro, because he was supposed to be pissed. But that moment, dude, that is one of the greatest moments that he made everybody that was there break character.
I mean, I laughed hysterically at it, and I don't laugh at shit. So
I like the interview where he gets all hyped up and starts making Solo laugh. And just being like, we're gonna be ready for it, right, guys? Huh? And he looks over at Solo and like slaps his knee. Which Solo, like his comedy, his funny stuff lately has just been like my favorite thing. Just from like making fun of Penta Strut. All gas, no brains. I love it. And the stupid smile he gives when he knows that he's funny.
Yeah, they did a lot of character that's very positive, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I gotta get some water.
But speaking of Solo, what about that match between Solo and Jacob Fatu?
I mean, I have a lot of opinions about it, but it was basically basic to me. It's a water break? Okay, let's take water.
Oh, did everybody leave?
I don't know. I said, if I have a water break, I'll get water.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm like, y'all left me. I'm like, I had to put a call on hold, and like I see everybody's gone. Like, holy shit.
I was talking, I looked up, and everyone's going. I was like, I'll get water too then.
I had to get water. Jesus.
Yeah, I just
So
Uh-oh.
So while we're all talking about Solo, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you cut out for a second there. You're fine.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Oh yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now, no problem.
Yeah.
Good.
So what about Solo and Jacob Fatu?
That was a good match.
All right.
And I like how we have now Bloodline 3.0.
I
You
mean,
gotta stop doing the bloodline.
Bloodline will
like
never
on the
die.
neck, it's coming tiring, man.
Yeah,
I saw a comment on the post the other day about Otis not being on the active schedule. That once somebody gets released from the active schedule, 3 Samoans show up. And it's the truth.
No, I'm glad he got the strap though.
Yeah.
Glad he got
You know
the
what?
strap.
You may like that he got the strap, but I'm kind of upset about it because it's like they're doing this thing with everybody now where you get the title for 5 minutes and then we're going to take it off of you.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah. Solo in a one-on-one match with Jacob obviously wouldn't win that, so they had to do the interference to do that. But that also kind of builds him up to get the title back again. For me, when it comes to the midweight belts, unless it's the Intercontinental title, you know what? Just hold on to it for a bit. You know, they've devalued the U.S. title a lot. They did that with Logan Paul. Once Logan Paul became the United States champion, it really devalued it.
That's true.
Yeah. Because he had it for like 6 months and he defended it twice.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Around the splits and
Nah, you know what? I'm gonna give her credit as due. I remember when Cena had like the open U.S. title matches. That's, to me, I think that's the last time that belt was like relevant. I hate to say it.
Yeah.
That was the last time that belt was like really. Some people, I hate to say it, some people put that over the world title at the time because Cena had it.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
that's true. It's true.
Yeah.
I just told what people who did that. Where they at?
Huh?
I don't know the
I'm
people.
not gonna say you. I didn't know you then, but you know,
I'll
but
say
I think I was reading what people was writing. Some people will put that over the world title because Cena had it. That open U.S. title, when he had the open matches, it was pretty good. And I'm very critical of Cena, but I got to give him credit as due. That's the last time that belt was really relevant. Now it's kind of like what the WCW television title was.
Oh my God, I forgot that existed.
Yeah, yeah, the WCW, the television title. You know,
Yeah, there's so.
shit is a fucking joke.
It is, and like the way they don't work the belts in properly, and like the title defenses or even like the feuds and stuff for belts makes it so much worse. Or maybe just because we came from a time where they actually put time and thought into that. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe the cocaine was flowing not freely. I don't know. But it definitely is a big change in the way they work with the belts and the way they build the belts up and the people that have them as compared to what we're used to.
You know what? Just say if Cody Rhodes become the world champion again, I think they're gonna give him his own customization belt, and it's gonna look like the U.S. title, just for like more diamonds and gold and stuff like that.
Well, I
just
remember-
no more spinner belts, please. Like,
oh my god, they better don't ever again. I hate that fucking spinner belt with a passion. You have no idea what.
And another thing, I was since we talking about belts, how many different titles does the AEW have? Like they got too many champions, man. Like
Yeah,
well, they just combined their international title and their continental title, and they didn't call it intercontinental. They called it something else. I think like international title.
You know who had the best title ever? Taz. Fuck the world title.
Yeah,
that's the greatest title ever, man. Fuck definitely. The world.
Taz carried that belt.
Good times.
World title.
But I want to bring a point. I want to bring a point real quick. Ryan, listen. I know you're getting up and moving around a bit, but do me a favor. If you want to sell feet pics, there's another app that you could do for that. Okay.
Okay.
You sound violated.
But anyway, listen. With that, I'm gonna bid you guys adieu. You guys discuss the rest of the matches. I will see you guys later on the flip side.
All right, man. Be good. Good seeing you.
See you guys.
All right.
Then there were 3.
Who?
Yay! So, do we all say how we felt about this match?
I think so.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, awesome. So, how do you guys feel about the next match?
What was the next match?
It was Jade Cargill and Ahsoka.
Yeah,
I like that match.
Yeah, good match.
I think if Jade looks any more like Storm, Disney's gonna sue. So, just throwing that out there.
I'm surprised. You know what? I'm surprised they ain't call her to be like in one of the Marvel movies yet. I think that's
you can tell she's trying.
They will.
She's trying her damnedest.
They're trying.
They should contact her because that gimmick is pretty good.
Looks great. Great.
Let's I don't think she's gonna do a better job than Holly Berry, but let's see. They give it a.
Just about anybody can do better job than Holly Berry, and Holly Berry acknowledges that.
At Storm?
At Storm?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Name her most iconic line as Storm.
Yeah, you got a point. I don't think it was any.
And outside of the frying the toad line, in the second and third movie, I think she maybe had 2 or 3 lines each.
Yeah, she was just running around.
Yeah. But she was more like a supporting actress in X-Men. Everybody know the main character is Hugh Jackman. Who doesn't know that? And then Patrick Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the main characters.
Yeah, and same thing with Jean and stuff like that. But that falls back to what I was talking about the other day. For me, if they come up with X-Men, they need to do a series that leads to a movie. because there are too many characters that to flesh out in 2 hours. You just can't flesh out a full X-Men story in a 2-hour movie.
That's why they have all the connecting shows and stuff now. That's supposed to be that. Not fleshing it out, connecting all this like a comic, like the original comic. That's why they're doing that with all the miniseries.
Exactly. And that's what I feel they should do with X-Men. Make it a series that leads to a movie.
I think X-Men 97 was good.
So good.
It was
It's
good.
So good.
There's another part coming out, right?
Yeah, they have 2 more seasons. They're already signed for 2 more seasons, hoping for a 4th.
I just can't wait to see how the storyline works out.
Like, you know what? I think I posted this before I had you on Facebook, but like, get on topic real fast. Like, if you talk about like greatest Marvel movies ever, you got to put Blade up there. Blade is like, that's the greatest Marvel movie ever. Then I think in terms of like standalone movies, like Disney, I would have to say Winter Soldier. And obviously group movies is Infinity War, hands down.
Winter Soldiers, it's such a good script.
Oh yeah.
That oh god damn it, what's his name? Who plays the bad guy in the movie? Robert Redford. Yeah, Robert Redford. Robert Redford read the script and like wrote to the like writers and directors, was like, how much can I actually be in this movie? Like, do you have more parts?
Right.
Brought him basically out of acting retirement. He hadn't done a movie in like 7 or 8 years before Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that's true.
He was just directing.
Yeah, Robert Redford got some iconic roles, man.
Definitely does.
Definitely.
Yeah. He's fantastic. And that's the thing. It's like when you have individual characters, sure, those movies work. Like the Captain America movies are good, but like lots of people also forget Civil War. That's technically a Captain America movie, and that was basically Avengers 2.5.
Yeah, it was Avengers. It just was missing Nick Fury and Thor. That was it.
Yeah.
Technically, it was a Avengers movie.
Yeah.
It was basically the movie to get us over to the next phase of Avengers. That's all, that's what Civil War was.
Yep. But when it comes to the X-Men, I mean, there's just so many individual stories that you could like give a backstory to and everything, like, because at one point Marvel was going to do when it was under Fox, primarily they were going to do the origin movies and have each person have their own origin movie, and it went thankfully with only Wolverine. And only that, because God, what an awful movie.
I mean, the Summers family, like mostly all of them can carry the Phoenix Force, and they're really interesting characters. So that might not have been so bad.
Yeah,
I just think it's dumb where they have like different distributors, like with Fox, Disney, Sony. It should just be like, because if you think about it, right? If you follow the comics, Magneto is the son of who? Is the father of who? And Scarlet Witch. That's their dad. But,
and the guy that ran fast.
But Disney can't acknowledge that. They probably would acknowledge it now, but before that they couldn't.
And
that's they're having to reformat everything. They're having to reformat everything because, like, and Deadpool and Wolverine did this where they had Channing Tatum play Gambit.
Yeah.
And now he's going to be coming back as Gambit.
I love it.
And he's going to be in a main MCU movie. So, what are they going to do? Because he was basically born in the void. Like when they ask him his backstory, he's like, I don't know when I got here. I'm pretty sure I've always been here.
You know what? I don't think Doomsday and Secret War is going to be good. I don't think it's going to be good. Because you know why I think that? I think because they're rushing it. It's no build up.
Yeah.
No build up. It's being rushed. That's why they had to push it back. And to me, they got too many characters. That's just my opinion. And again, I could be wrong, but I don't think
The
it's going to be
biggest
that
part for me is Disney didn't understand that not everybody be watching all the series that they're putting on there that they're going to tie into the movies when they put them on Disney Plus. You know, they're lucky everybody watched WandaVision, but like I watched all of them.
WandaVision was the best one.
Yeah.
It was the best one,
That
but
was the
there's
best
so many more.
than Daredevil.
I mean,
Yeah.
Moon Knight was also really good, you know.
Nah.
But
Moon Knight
there's
wasn't
so
good.
many. I think it was good.
You capping? No, cut it out.
I think it was
You
good.
was on you was on my team until you said that. No,
I watched it
absolutely
more than
not.
once. I liked it.
Absolutely not. Nope.
Don't be
I thought
hating.
Moon Knight was all right.
Moon Knight was the worst one, hands down.
Oh no, they had like the girl with the dinosaur. That was pretty bad.
Nah, the chick that was in WandaVision, that was the worst one.
Oh yeah, the Agatha, the witch's
Yeah,
path.
that was a waste of money. It was a waste
It was
of time.
obviously
I didn't like that.
incomplete.
No.
It needed a season 2. They're not doing season 2. If they had season 2 to back it up, they might be able to tie in all those loose ends and make it better. But now it's just like, why did you do this? It's a waste of money.
I didn't bother even checking that out because
Well, it was Agatha all along. Just like
yeah,
WandaVision
because I'm
was
just
complete,
like,
so.
why do I care? Oh wait, I don't.
Well, people that read the comics, you know, it was nice to see Agatha Harkness do something.
Yeah. Well,
All right, let's
but,
get back to Jade.
yeah, wrestling.
Cargill. And besides her outfit, I think this match could have gone so much stronger. I think it was missing, like, I don't know, a main component. I don't know what it was, but it was missing something. Because they're both such good wrestlers, you know? Maybe
Yeah.
the pacing was off.
I was just glad to see her back in the ring, Oscar.
Oh, yeah. It's
I
so
love
good to
Asuka.
see her.
Yeah, I like she's like AJ Styles. Anything she can wrestle a paper bag and make it interesting, you know. So I'm glad to see her back in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely good to see her.
And Jade, I like Triple H approach with her. Simple fact is, when she came, she was like some kind of superhero. Like you couldn't beat her. Now it comes to show you that she could, catch a defeat there or there.
Mhm.
Yeah. It really made her more like a wrestler than I don't know what the hell they're trying to do. They work Storm into her instead of making her Storm from the beginning, I think. I think that's what they're really trying to do.
Yeah, I thought it was a good match.
Right, so are we gonna get into this last match here?
Yeah.
Where you get it from?
I don't know.
John Cena, CM Punk, undisputed WWE Championship.
Yeah.
You know what? That joke was predictable.
It was so predictable. Like,
Everybody knew who was going to win. Like I said in the intro, I just think this shit is predictable. Then, for stuff to come out, I mean, did you really think like he was going to cash his belt in the briefcase? So.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it felt like a lot of wasted potential. But at the same rate, we're dealing with the greatest of all time and the best in the world.
I don't think he's the best in the world, though.
I don't think either one is what their title is. I don't think John Cena is the greatest of all time. I do not think CM Punk is the best in the world.
No, not at all.
Who CM Punk?
Fuck no. Fuck no. And that match helped prove it.
He was the best in the world at one point. I mean, he is.
Well, when he was, I wasn't watching.
Yeah, but it was not when he was the best in the world, because I missed that. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
take it back about 10 years ago.
You can make an
And
argument
sure.
he's like in the
And
top
oh
20.
wait, that's what they're
Easily.
trying to do. Trying to take it back to 10 years ago.
20 years ago.
No, I think, like I said, I just think that match was. I wasn't really a fan of that match, you know.
It was, again, it was so predictable. The referee being knocked out, the people interfering, like the interferences. I like constantly predict, like as I'm watching, like that this person's gonna interfere because they do it all the time on the regular shows. Like this same thing I just saw last week.
The-
Why are you doing this on PLE? You know, like
the
Seth
true
Rollins,
MVP,
really
the
see it.
true MVP of that match is Charles Robinson.
Robinson, Ric
Yep.
Flair Jr.
Yeah, that is the true MVP of that match, taking that title shot.
Yep.
You don't see refs take bumps like that often, especially that hard. Good on him, and just in general, Charles Robinson. I mean, good Christ, that he's got to be the longest tenured ref on their roster right now.
Oh,
Charles Robinson.
oh yeah, referee, right?
Yeah, because he was
WCW.
around. He was around
Yeah.
even before WCW.
Yeah,
on the
like,
Monday Night Wars.
I didn't think about that, but yeah, wow.
Yeah, he's been a ref for like 30 some years.
Yeah, he should retire soon, probably.
He's the senior official or no?
He has to
I
be.
would assume so.
Yeah.
I would assume so.
Like,
Yeah.
I like Charlie Robinson. He good.
Definitely a solid ref.
Nah, man. Sometimes they be doing wrestlers dirty, man. But we can get into that like another day. Like
Yes.
top five referees.
Yeah.
Do that all day and night. They got hit wrestlers. We talked about the refs.
Referees, top five referees.
Yeah.
The match was terribly predictable. I think John Cena is trying to have people create GIFs and memes of him. Like when they did the hug and then he did the face.
I mean, yeah.
I think he just wants more GIFs, more memes.
Want that. You want those shots where you can make shorts from. That's what sells. That's what make merchandise now, you know? So, of course. They probably tell them that. Make sure you slow down and get in the
Don't
camera.
hug John Cena.
But, yeah, I really didn't care who won. I wanted them to both lose. That's how I felt from the beginning.
Which also that was another gripe with that match, though. Even though it's a funny spot, is why would they hug? Like, why would they hug and handshake? At what point in time have these two showed any sort of affection towards each other?
It was fucking stupid. It's just dumb. I didn't understand it. Like I was just like, well, this is the worst part of this Raw show. I mean, you know, PLE, whatever.
Yeah.
And I guess they sent on social media about he said this John Cena, we will miss you or something like that. Like I guess they was like reading the lips.
Oh yeah. CM Punk. You definitely could see that. But I mean, still, they didn't have to hug. You just been like, you guys don't know what you saw. You know? But it was gay. And not like happy. Just like stay away. I hate this. Horrendous.
Yeah, I gave it a 2.
Yeah.
I think that's biased because you don't like him.
He's giving them both scores.
I like John Cena as a person and an actor. I just hate his character and his wrestling. CM Punk, I just genuinely don't like.
Oh.
Like he's a punk rocker that took straight edge and didn't make it cool, intentionally made it to be an asshole thing.
Yeah. Literally make people assholes and mean to each other. And you're supposed to be just not doing drugs.
Yeah, that's all it's supposed to be about. Not being a superior than now asshole. And I've never other than his match with Drew McIntyre. His match with Drew McIntyre in Hell in a Cell, and that's also because Drew carried that match.
Yep.
But that's the only time that I can recall being like CM Punk was good in that match. And it wasn't just because of him. It's also because Drew McIntyre is someone that can wrestle a paper bag. Which he hasn't been on TV for a while. I think he took a little bit of a break here.
Yeah, I think so too.
I miss Drew.
It's all gimmick.
I miss Drew. I love Drew. Him and Jimmy Uso were just having a great round of matches there too lately.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, that was unfortunately.
Night of Champions, the show where they had 3 title matches the night before.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a show. Like I said, I started out with could have been Raw, and that's how I feel. There's nothing that made this grandiose or amazing. The crowd was great, though. It was great to hear the crowd engaged. Other than that, people don't.
Which that also leaves me to wonder if they had Night of Champions there. I guess are they not having Crown Jewel and not going to have a Crown Jewel championship?
I don't know. I didn't think
the Crown Jewel, I don't like. They won the title, but they got to leave it in Saudi Arabia.
And they got a ring that looks like a goddamn NFL championship ring.
Oh yeah, that I wonder how much that belt costs.
Yeah.
She got, man, not gonna set me back at least 100, 200,000 probably. Them gyms is ridiculous, man. Huh? Probably more than that, yeah.
Yeah,
they are our champions. We keep them here.
To remind them that they own TKO and WWE. Anyway, that was the Night of Champions. And
woo!
Yep.
So we gonna get to Sting?
Huh?
We gonna get to Sting?
Then Sting is gonna be next Thursday. We're doing Sting, and I'm so excited to do that. And we'll all be here on time, so we all start and do Sting. Woo! Because, again, we didn't want to do it without you. We need your commentary for Sting, of course. We want to do it as a group, so. And we had to cover this also.
Yeah, I'm really anxious to see what you're gonna say about Sting.
Everything. I'm saying everything about Sting.
Everything.
From bodybuilding to bulges. What happens?
Yeah, I can't wait. That, is he the greatest WCW wrestler ever? I don't know.
To me, he is, because without Sting, I wouldn't have watched wrestling.
I'd say he was the best.
You'll put him over Ric Flair?
Ric Flair had really his ultimate heyday in NWA.
She thinking though. She making that face.
I'm not. I'm thinking how to say this. Ric Flair had a great career. It spanned a very long time.
And his career went on past just WCW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I think he was that great. He's all gimmick. Just like
Ric Flair wasn't that great.
He was good. He was good. But it doesn't mean I think he was like one of the best.
I'd say he was number 2 to Sting. I think Sting was fully WCW.
And not
whereas
just that.
Flair, he went from NWA to WWF to WCW to WWF back to WWF. He had a lot more outside of just WCW.
Yeah, and that's what I mean when I say Sting's a consummate professional, because what he did, he stuck with it. He was like, that was his crew. He wouldn't turn his back on it, ride or die. Those people were his brothers, and he didn't leave them go back and forth. Something he didn't see. And he went through a time when he weren't making a lot of money. He were making a lot of money, He went through all changes and bumps with everything with WCW. So I think that will make him the best, because it wasn't always about money for him. It was always about the wrestling and the heart, in my humble opinion.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't believe what I hear, man. I can't believe what y'all just said. Man.
Don't you worry.
I'm about to start crying.
You proposed it. You were the one that just proposed it. Like, you were like, I think he might be the greatest of all time at WCW. You brought it up.
Question. I think it's more supposed to be like sarcastic, but you didn't expect the answer.
My feelings is hurt.
We're getting all the way into it Thursday.
Yeah, you said CM Punk is trash. My feelings is hurt.
I've said a lot worse about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta go, but I'll see y'all next week.
All right. Peace out.
See ya.
All right. Bye.
Rick's the king of pooping his pants now.
Son, when you're that old and you drink that much, it's gonna happen. Everything's looser, just be falling out. Like,
yeah, and he's having to get major surgery right now too.
Yeah. Well, that was fun.
Yeah. Sorry, I fell asleep.
It's cool. It happens to the best of us. And me. I mean, not me, other people. All right, but yeah, me and Gustavo talked about it before. I was like, we're not going to do Sting without you, because obviously you have great commentary about it.
Thank you.
No problem. I mean, then we just have to go through it all over again. It just wouldn't work. But
yeah,
that's the end of our podcast for today, everyone. Thank everyone for joining or watching whenever you watch.
Yeah, thank you. Like, share, and subscribe, please. Tune in Tuesdays and Thursdays. And don't fall asleep like me.
Don't fall asleep like him. And if you do fall asleep like him, set an alarm. That'll help you. So you know to be up by 8:30 Tuesdays and Thursday. Let me thank our great paid sponsor, W.GG, for their awesome products, which we'll do a video for it soon. We'll get their product, which I ordered. So that's gonna be awesome. I have mine, but I'll show you guys different ones. You guys can't see my private stash.
I'm excited for that.
So until next time, peace out, everyone.
See ya.